all fours position. As you come here, find your neutral spine. So a neutral spine is one that is not rounded or flexed or overly arched or extended. So if you're familiar with yoga, you can know or remember that the cat-cow is a way to mobilize the spine. So rounding the spine for cat and extending the spine for cow. In this program today, we're going to keep the spine in a neutral position and engage and contract and isolate the abdominal muscles with a neutral spine. So this makes this abdominal series really good for people with back pain or spinal fusions. Take a moment to center yourself, lengthen through the crown of the head, and then let the belly muscles just relax. Take a big inhale, and then on your exhale, release all the air out of your body. When all the air is out, pause. Do not take an in-breath, but instead pull the belly muscles up towards the spine and up under the ribs. So you get almost like a vacuum effect when all the air is out of your system. Inhale, release. Exhale, let all the air out. At the end of the exhale again, pull the belly muscles up towards the spine to contract. Release, inhale. Exhale, release all the air out and pull the belly muscles up towards the spine. So see if you can start to connect, engaging the abdominal muscles deep into the body. And when you let all the air out on that exhale and you pause at the end of the exhale, you can really get that sort of vacuum effect and get deep into those core muscles. Let's try a few more. Inhale. Exhale, release all the air out. When all the air is out, pull the navel towards the spine, the belly muscles in, relax. 3 more on your own. Inhale and exhale, engage, contract, release. Inhale, exhale. At the end of the exhale, engage, contract, release once more. Inhale. Exhale, release all the air out on that end. Hold, pause, contract, and release. Now we're going to let the breath get a little bit more powerful. We're going to use the breath today more to engage and isometrically contract the core muscles of the body. So you're going to isometrically hug your hands towards your knees. So that means you're going to hug or move them in the direction of your knees, but not physically move them. So just pulling the hands back towards the knees and at the same time, the knees towards the hands. So it's going to be a little bit of a pumping action. On your exhale, inhale, and just exhale and pull. Exhale, pull. Exhale, pull. As you're pulling isometrically the hands and knees towards each other, you'll get a bit of a firing of your core musculature. Let's try 10 more. Exhale, 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 pause. Relax for a moment. Now we're going to move on the diagonal pattern. So you're going to hug, contract, or squeeze the right hand and the left knee towards each other. So try that. Just hug the right hand and left knee towards each other and feel the more obliques or the sides of your waist, the sides of your belly contracting. And then try left hand to right knee. It's sort of like you're making an X. And so we'll continue with that back and forth. Right and then left, right and then left, making that X shape and doing these contractions to the count of 10 on your exhale. Exhale, 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 exhale. Relax. Take the puppy pose or any modification for that, coming down to your forearms, letting your forehead rest, but keeping your hips above your knees. And just allow the abdominal muscles to relax and lengthen. Good. From here, we're going to come to stand, and we're going to do some standing abdominal work. So in your standing position, bend your knees slightly, and just let your spine fall back to neutral position. So watch the tendency to bend the knees and tuck the tailbone under. Instead, just move the hips back slightly and stand tall. Now place your thumbs at your bottom rib cage and your pinky fingers on the top of your hip bones. So on our contractions, we're going to imagine that we're drawing the ribs, the bottom ribs, and the top of the pelvis towards each other. But we're not going to move the spine. We're not going to flex the spine. We're just going to let that action occur deep in the body. Again, the breath is a very big tool here. So take a deep breath, and on your inhale, let the ribs and the pelvis move away from each other. Let there be a lengthening there. So let the thumbs and the pinky fingers move away from each other, and then exhale to contract. Inhale to expand, and exhale to contract. So explore this on your inhale, lengthening, so growing space in your torso, and exhaling to contract. It's sort of like you might be doing a sit-up, but you're standing, and you're not really curling the spine. You're just working the muscles deep in your core, using more of an isometric and the breath and the awareness to tone, to activate, to engage the core musculature. Do 5 more. Out through the mouth is helpful too. When you breathe out through the mouth, you're going to get a little bit more powerful of a contraction. And then relax. Take a moment to inhale and reach your arms up over your head. Interlace your fingers and stretch the palms up, lengthen. And then exhale to bring your hands back down by your side. Now we're going to come onto the floor, onto our backs. So make your way to the floor, and I'd like you to position yourself in a sort of supported sit-up position. So I like to put the block under my head, or you could take a couple pillows. I just think the block, a yoga block, is a firmer support. So I take it under my head, and I bend my knees and put the feet flat. And again, I just put the hands between the ribs and the pelvis and sort of feel in there. And here for a moment, it should be soft. And you know, your core is designed to be soft and not contracted and tight all the time. But what we want is that when we begin to move our body through space, even just in our daily activities, that we have a core that is able to contract and stabilize to help support the spine and support our movement through space. So feel, and then we will imagine that we're going to do a sit-up, but we're not going to lift the shoulder blades or the head up. So we'll just go ahead and put the hands behind the head just as a familiar position. Most of us have done traditional sit-ups at some point in our life. But traditional sit-ups can be a little tough on the neck and on the lower back. So instead, we're going to inhale and get long in our bellies, and then we're going to exhale and pretend that we're going to do a sit-up, but we're just going to contract the abdominals. Now, we're not going to push the belly up towards the ceiling. We don't want to really mold our belly outward. We want to exhale and bring the belly in towards the spine and hold that contraction. So it's an inward and upward contraction of the core muscles. So I'm going to imagine on my exhale, again, using that breath, inhale and exhale like I'm going to do a sit-up, and I'm looking for the belly muscles to contract down. Let's try 10. Exhale, 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 exhale. 3 more. 2 and 1, and relax. Make sure that you can relax. So feel the belly relax. Feel the muscles soft. Now we'll lift the right leg up, right foot off the floor. The shin comes to parallel, so it's in a tabletop position. We're going to pretend like we're going to take our left elbow towards the right knee. So we're not going to lift the head or the shoulders again, but we're going to take the left elbow in the direction of the right knee. Contract on the exhale. Contract, contract. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Change sides. Lift the left foot off the floor. And imagine you're going to bring your right elbow towards the left knee. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Again, nothing's moving. The knee is not moving in. The elbow is not moving to the knee. There might be a half an inch of movement just coming from the contraction in the core. For 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Relax. Take your head off the block now, and I want you to scoot down so that you can hold the mat, hold the top corners of the mat with straight arms. So adjust yourself, allow your feet to be on the floor. Take a moment to find length in the torso as best you can. And then find that neutral spine. So the lower back is not pressed to the floor, and it's not overly arched or lifted away from the floor, but it's just in a neutral position. And for most people, you can slip your hand and feel a little space between your low back and the floor. Unless you're a very flat back person, there should be, and it's a natural thing to have a nice little healthy lumbar curve there. So maintain that. Just keep that as it is with the knees bent. Now pull the mat like you're stretching the mat away from your head and even wide. So you're going to get a little bit of shoulder and upper back work here. Now with that engagement, inhale, let the belly relax, and exhale to draw the belly muscles in towards the spine and up under the rib cage. Without pressing the low back down to the floor, see if you can contract the core of the body, the abdominal muscles, with keeping that neutral spine. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. As you continue to do this, really on that exhale, the belly muscles come in up, and there's a pull and a stretch of the mat. So you're getting a lot of engagement here. Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax. Take a moment to allow the belly muscles to soften. And this is just a good place to stop and feel and be aware. And so this is a great little program to work on primarily the front core, the deep core, and the obliques. But let's not forget about the back body. So stay tuned for another video on back body work, or browse down through my previous videos. I believe there's a back body strong video there to work on as well. So we want to keep the body balanced and even all the time and not overwork or underwork any one area more than the other. So come over and follow me at alignmentpaths.com for more information. And if you've had a scoliosis spinal fusion, check over at foreverfused.com. Take care.